This movie caught me by surprise. Like, this is fucked up creepy. Like, really fucked up. Hello and welcome to Sci-Fi-Night. I'm your host, Sebastian Vendel Martinez, and this is the show where we check out some of the lesser known sci-fi and horror movies out there and let you know what to expect from them. So, in tonight's episode, we're checking out a horror film from Turkey. The country, not the bird. Baskin is a 2015 Turkish horror film by director Can Evrenol. And I'm just gonna go out and say I'm gonna mispronounce most of the names in this review.
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
So anyway, Evrenol started making short horror films in 2007 up until last year, where he dropped his very first full-length feature. Interestingly enough, this film is actually a remake of Evrenol's own short film, which he made 2 years earlier, with pretty much the same plot and title, just with a much larger budget and production. So yeah, we're already off to a weird start, and we haven't even gotten to the plot yet. The film centers around 5 police officers who seem to be having the most laid-back night shift ever. Some of the cops seem like good guys, and others seem like the biggest assholes in all of Turkey.
Tamam.
Yok amirim ya.
Sen bana ip ne biliyorsun lan?
Yok abi ne alaka?
Ha? Dur lan gel lan buraya.
Ya o çocuğu da...
Gel bir dakika ya. Remzi Başkan bir dakika. Ha?
Memurla çocuk istemeden şey etmiş.
Bak bu çocuk yaşını başını almış. Kendisini savunur. Tamam mı usta?
But believe me, no amount of assholiness will warrant the kind of horrors that we're about to see. The squad gets called out to reinforce another unit in a strange area infamous for creepy and dark activity.
İnce ağacı bir yerden hatırlıyorum ama nereden hatırlıyorum?
Ya şefim, çocukluğumda benim oralardan çok hikaye duymuşluğum var. Ya şimdi tövbe gece gece.
Nasıl hikayeler lan?
Ya çok rezil hikayeler duydum ya.
And when they arrive at the location where the other police unit called for backup, they stumble into an inferno of dark horrors unlike anything they've ever seen. So up until that point, things have been pretty creepy and mysterious, but when they enter the building, shit hits the fan and everything gets just as crazy as it gets dark and bloody. At this point, everything descends into madness and all the suspense is replaced with sheer terror and gore. Like, you'd be surprised at how hard this film goes. Just to illustrate, I'm going to go ahead and list some of the characters portrayed by the cast in our little list of horrors. Let's get started. Alright, so this film includes characters such as Master Creep, Corpse One, Giant Man / Frog Hunter, Mother Butcher, Girl in Cage, Cult Member, Sister Butcher, and Diner Footboy. So yeah, for those of you who thought that a film from a Muslim country would be toned down and censored, especially in President Erdogan's Turkey, well, you'd be wrong, as this movie does not pull any punches and deliver some truly horrific and unnerving scenes. Yeah, like seriously, remember that movie The Woman which we reviewed, which you can view by clicking here? If you thought that was fucked up, you ain't seen nothing yet. And pause. Hey past me, future me here, and I'm just gonna have to stop myself really quick. While editing, I realized that the film truly isn't as gory as I felt it was after watching. Don't get me wrong, eye stabbings, intestine pulling, and an extremely uncomfortable sexual encounter are all pretty gruesome, but the film doesn't really show as much as it implies, which is honestly good filmmaking. It made me feel like the film was more graphic than it is. This is still a pretty bloody film though, but if you're used to graphic horror, then this is probably nothing. Alright, I'm handing it back to past me. What's really interesting and admirable is that this is director Evernall's first feature film, but it definitely doesn't feel like it. The whole movie is shot with a crisp sense of confidence and atmosphere. The entire picture is gorgeous in all its terrifying glory, and even if you don't like horror, you can't deny that this film looks damn good. Alright, so chances are I've either sold or made you hate this movie already, but what should you expect from it? Gruesome Turkish horror. I gotta be honest, I was not expecting this film to be as extreme as it was. Baskin does not hold back and delivers gruesome gore and downright haunting visuals. The main villain, played by first-time actor Mehmet Serraha, is downright amazing in his portrayal as the evil force of a film. However, that also does make his performance amazingly unnerving. Even as an avid horror fan, I actually looked away at some points, and the movie definitely did succeed in making me uncomfortable. If you like gore, then this is a goldmine and definitely something most horror fans haven't seen before, at least not in this way.
Daha önce böyle bir şey olmuş muydu?
Yok. Bad writing and substance. As strong as the visuals are, the writing is unfortunately downright weak. There is an interesting story buried beneath, but the film feels like it's all style over substance, and I found myself questioning what was happening several times. Also, once the cops enter the building, they turn into bumbling idiots who all split up and forget how to discharge their weapons, which is just bad and lazy screenwriting. The ending will undoubtedly piss people off.
God damn it!
And at times it feels like the writer and director did certain things just because they looked cool, not because they made any sense. Great direction. Wow, just wow. This film is a gruesome feast for the eyes. As stupid as some of the writing and character choices were, and despite me at times wondering what the hell was happening, I found my eyes glued to the screen because of the flat out amazing visuals. Evernall definitely has a creative eye for direction, and knows how to compose powerful, dark, and moving shots with a sense of ease that an otherwise truly experienced director would have. Had the script and writing been stronger, I truly think this film would have been a lesser-known gem of a film, but the visuals alone can't really save this film for me. So in some ways, this movie kind of reminds me of the Austrian horror film Goodnight Mommy, whose review you can view by clicking here. Haha, I meant here. Anyway, it reminds me of Goodnight Mommy in the sense that it feels a little bit like style over substance, and that visuals definitely take a front seat while writing takes a back seat. And it's such a shame because there's so much potential here. Yeah, for real, it's clear from the very first seconds that there is great talent involved in the making of this film. The acting is actually very good despite the cast being made up of a whole bunch of lesser known no-names I've never heard of. At the end of the day, this is definitely not a film for everyone, and ultimately I was disappointed by the film. Visually though, this is a dark masterpiece of graphic horror that is extremely well shot and directed, and it's a clear sign that director's son Evernall is a talent to keep an eye on. So while his first full-length feature is a bit of a miss, I'm definitely expecting a hit in the future. So that about does it for this episode of Sci-Fi-Night. We hope you enjoyed it. All of our one viewers from Turkey should definitely give us a thumbs up for reviewing a film from your country. As always, your wonderful viewers out there should let us know what you think of the movie Baskin, this episode, and give us ideas for future content in the comments below. Anyway, as always, I'm your host, Sebastian Vendel Martinez, and we'll catch you guys next time.